13 times Heikki NABI has been the world team member for Estonia. That's something. So he has the experience. Both wrestlers, though, have amazing experience when it comes to the world level and the world stage.
KAYAALP in red, NABI in blue. Who's going back home with the gold?
2009-2010 World Bronze Medal.
And it's the presence that KAYAALP brings is such a immovable force,
Olympic bronze medal,
as well as a massive object, as well as he keeps the pressure on NABI. NABI, to his credit, really forcing the pace here.
Absolutely, very light on their feet. They're using a lot more of their hands than their elbows and underhooks that we've seen earlier. Not really chest to chest, but they're using their hands to push and pull. A lot more separation between the two heavyweights than we've seen in the lighter weights.
That separation not matched on the scoreboard. Nothing to separate them. First minute gone.
Official just said red action. Typically they warn and then they put the red up. So in just a moment here, I believe we're going to see a passive call against KAYAALP.
KAYAALP, the athlete in red.
Both athletes have a passive call right now. Let's see who gets the next one in about the next 10 to 15 seconds.
The referee keeping a close eye on this one as we reach the halfway point of the opening period. The final of day number 2. Action blue this time. Eyes on NABI.
KAYAALP did a snap, a push, a snap, and then created the action to push to the edge of the mat for a step out.
Well, NABI and his coach saying that it was a push, that it wasn't a wrestling technique, it was just like a shove on the school playground.
Right, and it's not called a push out anymore, it's called a step out because you have to make your opponent step out.
Unlike in the freestyle, which you can push people out.
Correct.
Which comes tomorrow, but the point comes lately for KAYAALP for that little bit of second passivity as they clash heads.
I could hear that one from here.
That was a real sore one.
He pushed and snapped at the same time when NABI was walking in, and he snapped him right into his own forehead.
Yep. NABI's noggin is made of hard stuff, though.
The amazing thing is they both took it in the forehead, and KAYAALP doesn't look worse for wear.
It's just another day for Reza KAYAALP. There's a head snap forward there from NABI, this time trying to return the favour. 50 seconds or so in this opening period. It's been an engrossing battle, not much on the scoreboard. If both men didn't know what to expect, well, they know now. But pulling on the head, just dragging the life out of NABI.
Imagine how your lower back would feel after constantly having KAYAALP pull on your head and Reza pulling down and pulling down. I can imagine you would feel it tomorrow trying to get out of bed.
But will the weight of the gold medal around the neck, I'm sure that would make it feel better for NABI, but he still points down. And as we reach the closing stages of the opening period here, KAYAALP returns to his favourite technique, controls the head, controls that opening period. Not by much on the scoreboard.
KAYAALP seemed to be the more aggressive wrestler. NABI was able to get a technique for a brief time, but KAYAALP was the stronger and I think the more technical wrestler in that first period.
And obviously we talk about the size of the athletes, but the conditioning as well, because they have flexibility, they have mobility, as we see here. That was the push out that didn't count.
Now originally the official did signal for one, but it wasn't confirmed by the judge or the chairman.
Yep, as you've explained, Ryan Hazard, our expert analyst, 2 of the 3 have to agree. But one thing we can agree on, the gold medal destination is going to be settled at the end of this one. Perfect occasion here in Paris, United World Wrestling. The 130kg final on day number 2, the last of the Greco-Roman. The women's wrestling and freestyle coming tomorrow, but who's going to have that gold medal to add to their impressive resume? Turkey or Estonia?
Ending the night for one of these men it'll be one of those nights to remember for the rest of their lives. Leaving here with a gold medal makes the trip home a little bit easier.
No question about it. KAYAALP, double world champion. NABI, double world champion. Who can create the moment of history to grab the triple here? Still time for either, but KAYAALP has the lead.
It'll be a much further time between the World Championships for NABI, 6, 13, 17. So obviously he stood the test of time, where KAYAALP has won the last two.
As you rightly say, NABI 5 years older, but his conditioning has been excellent, no question about that. Up against the bullish KAYAALP, trying to keep the pressure on. NABI, all the years of training, has a little fly look at the scoreboard there, checks the time. 1 minute and 30. NABI again being told to get on with it here.
And at that point, NABI has to be the aggressor at this point. KAYAALP already has 2 points. And when they're starting to call passive on NABI, at a certain point, he's going to have to take a risk here.
Well, no risk, no reward, and little time to do it. There's the 1 point that you mentioned there, and that will cut the deficit in 2. Is there time here? NABI, can he find the momentum? Last 40 seconds in this one.
So at this point, that 2-1 score is what we've seen a lot tonight. I would be very surprised in the last 30 seconds if the official makes any calls, unless it's a call for a technical point.
Well, let's see who's going to make the chip down the stretch here. Last 20 seconds. Turkey's KAYAALP, Estonia's NABI. NABI trying to push forward, looking for that step-out point, but stepping back into it. The Turk refusing to yield here. Last 10 seconds. Both of them double world champions. Who's going to take the triple crown? Reza KAYAALP of Turkey seals the deal.
2-1 and a world champion for the third
Pulsating stuff, but it is Reza KAYAALP, world champion. NABI, too little too late in the end, perhaps.
If not for Mihan Lopez, he is the most dominant, could be one of the most dominant heavyweight wrestlers since Alexander.